Good morning, everyone. It's Fiona from Fierce Creations. How are we all today? Just waiting, making sure we're all good. Okay. Just checking that. Okay, I'm not sure if I am in the right spot here. Bear with me. Okay. Doesn't look like it, but let's see. Facebook. Sorry. Don't want to, yeah, we're all good, I think. Lovely. All right, this one's going to be a quick one because I'm just going to show you how I'm going to do the pop out and then show you the, give you all the measurements. And then next week we'll do a part 2 and we'll decorate the card. Okay. Now, thank you for those of you who hop on every week. And for those of you who watch the replay, so thank you so much. It helps me, obviously, with my channel. And leave any comments, any questions, by all means, ask me. If you're hopping on, say hi. I'm still not sure if we are okay on YouTube, but that's all right. Okay. So, so it's going to be, I'm going to show you how to make the fun fold, and I'll show you the cards. As I mentioned last week, we have a wedding. It's my cousin's son that's getting married tomorrow. So hopefully the weather will hold up. So I've made 4 cards, 3 for my kids and 1 for myself to give to the bride and groom. And this fun fold, this is my prototype. This is actually a page from a mini album. So I saw this on Pinterest, but I made this into a card. Okay. Now, so without further ado, let's get cracking. So you'll need 2 pieces of cardstock, A4. I'm using A4, and I'm using the thick, basic white thick cardstock. Okay. Now, let me just get my notes here. I like, when it's a wedding card or anything special, I like to do the 5x7s. Now, obviously, with an A4 piece of cardstock, you're not going to get that. Yeah. So, we'll cut with the long side to the top. We'll cut this at 5. Or what we could do is with the short side to the top, cut it at 7 inches. No, let me think this out. Yeah, because I'm using A4. Now, let me not change what I'm doing. So, back to where we were. With the long edge to the top. Place that at 5 inches. Cut that. So you'll need 2 pieces. Now I'm doing a top fold card, so a 10 fold. So one piece is going to be 5 by 7.5. And the other piece is going to be 5 by 7. Okay. So you can keep these pieces for your sentiments. Now the one that's at 7.5, you want to score that with the long side to the top at 1/2 inch. Okay. So then you fold that, and then this sits on top, which will make your card. Okay. I think that's what I did with that. Now, if you do a 12 by 12 won't work either. All right. So that's the card. Now, we also need a piece for the pop out. So we're going to cut that at 5 by 8. So 5 inches. Making sure. By 8 inches. Okay. I put that aside, so I'll just put away my extras. Now this piece, we're going to score it at 1. And then again at 1.5. And then again at 7.5. Okay. So 5 by 8, cut it at 1, 1.5, and 7.5. That's all with the cutting and scoring. Now, what you need to do is on this 5 by 8 piece, we need to make an aperture. Now, you can either use your rectangle dies, or I keep all the Stampin' Up! Dies which have shapes. I mean, they always come in handy. So you can use oval, whatever you want the aperture to be. A circle, any circle dies, any decorative dies, anything like that. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'll probably use a rectangle die. So this is the deckled rectangle die. So you want to place that about there. That might be too big actually. Maybe the second one down. This is probably better. Because otherwise, if we use this, there's not much. It might be just too delicate. See, because that's too close to the score line. So yeah, I'll go with the second one down. As I said, this one's going to be really quick. I can see 2 people watching. Thank you for those of you who have joined me. Hop on, let me know who you are. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this out. So let me bring my cut and emboss machine. And then once I put the card together, we will then decorate the card next week. So what you can do in the meantime is prepare your card and the pop-out piece. I'll give you ideas of what to prepare, and then we'll put the card together next week because, as I said, I've got a busy day today. It's my granddaughter's birthday tomorrow, so I've got some cake baking to do today, organize the usual haircuts and all that, get my clothes organized for tomorrow. So there's heaps to do, so I'm keeping it short. All right, so let me get my cardinal emboss machine. Oops, let's put it this way. And come up the tape. Okay, so I'm going to center that the best I can. So let me get my post-it tape rather. That looks pretty much center. Hi, Jen. How are you? All right. So I'm going to put that through. When you have a die that has straight edges or, rectangle, in this case, it's not straight, but you know what I mean. Always try and put it at an angle. Then you don't get that clunking sound. Okay. So I'll just put that there. So for those of you who have just hopped on, just letting you know, today I'm just going to show you the fold, and then we'll do part 2, and then we'll decorate this next week. So I'll tell you what to have prepared so we can do it together. Remove that. Be gentle. Okay, there's a little bit of glue from the post-it note, but let's get my glue eraser, and that's all good. So you can use this for your sentiment. Just be gentle. I can use that again. I'm not sure why the post-it tape is leaving residue, but we'll take it off. That can be used. So here's my card. I'm good, Jen. Thank you for asking. All right, so we want to give that a good crease. As I said, because it's a top fold card, I've used 2 pieces. So those of you who have come in late, it's a 5 by 7, and this one is 5 by 7.5, scored at 1/2 inch. All right. So I'll apply some glue here. So what I'm going to do is I might use some tear and tape first, and then some glue. Oh, the glue has come off this. Okay. Let's cut that off. The glue's come off the backing. So use that for after. All right, so let's go put some tear and tape here. Okay. Who else is here with me? I wonder if Sue's here. And take that off. You can apply glue, but I use both. Not always, but I just felt with this, I thought I needed to use both. Let me get my pokey tool. It's always easy to take off the backing. There we go. Just a little bit of glue. Because with the tear and tape, once you put the piece down, there is no wiggle time. This way, it gives you that little bit of wiggle room. Okay, so let's get this piece. Make sure they all match up. That looks pretty good, I think. Yep. What I do is just put a copy paper on there, just in case your bone folder is dirty. Here we go. All right. I can see some marks there. So there you have it, your card. Now, with this piece, again, this was a 5 by 8 piece of cardstock. I scored it at 1, 1.5, and then again at 7.5. All right. So this one is a valley fold. The next one is a mountain fold. And this one is a mountain fold as well. Okay. This is going to be on the inside, so I won't worry about it. This one is going to be on the outside, so we want to take a little bit of extra care. So that's what it's going to look like. So we're going to glue this down here. And this will be up here. There's your pop out. Okay. Now what I would do is I would just glue this, add our background. Now you can either put DSP to make it look pretty. I'll show you, I told you in my description that it was going to be just the pop-up and then a bit of show and tell, the cards that I made. So let's go and glue this down. Need a little bit more glue. Okay. So line it up to the top edge. So I'll give you ideas of what to have. If you have flowers, or if you have a cake die. If you don't have a cake die, I will show you an alternative. You don't need a cake die. You can build a cake with just using, there is a little bit of a mark here. Let me take that off. Okay. So then when you open up the card, you glue this down later. So once I build up my scene at the back, then this will open up this way. Okay. Now, so that's basically the card. Nice and easy. And it does fold flat. So when you fold it down, actually, you know what? I'll glue this and I can build it up. But if you're doing this next week with me, it all depends on what you have and what you're putting in to decorate your card. Now, if you want to put DSP at the back, then obviously you want to do that first. Okay. So it should fold like this, flat. There you have it. Now, Stampin' Up! Had 2 new stamp sets that's on the online exclusives. And I wish I had ordered this earlier. Maybe I would have used this for my cards. But this is the Cake Celebrations and the Classic Wedding. And I'll show you. It comes with dies. That's that. And the other one, I don't think I have it here. Oh, yeah, that's the cake dies where you can build up the cake. It has a stand and it has the dies that go with it. So I really liked, I bought these 2. With the online exclusive, they last longer. So as in, you know, they don't retire. Once it's sold, it's sold. You won't see it, but I seem to think that they last longer. So what I did was you can either, for the inside, you can either build a cake and put it here on this side here. You can cut 2 little circles, gold circles, and make rings and glue that here. Your background image can be either DSP or you can put a sentiment. So this piece that's cut off, you probably can put that back in and gold emboss your sentiment. You can do that, right? So I'll just tell you with this card what I did. I made it a little bit more, I gave it a little bit more dimension. So the actual die is just 1 dimension. But what I did was I stamped the image. I stamped this image, and then I made a template for each of these pieces. So that gave my car a bit more dimension rather than it looking flat. All right. So again, if you don't have this die, don't worry, but I'll show you how I did my car. I will give you options of maybe if you have flowers, we can do a bunch of flowers or a bouquet of flowers. Put that here with the cake there. So there's a lot of options if you don't have dies. All right, so that's what I'm going to show you next week. So if you get this done, what we can do is make a beautiful, it doesn't have to be a wedding card. It can also be, you know, an anniversary or a birthday, a special birthday card. You can do heaps with this. All right. So let me just put this away. Now I'll show you how what I did with the same pop-up. Bit of a mess here. So hopefully you'll join me next week and we'll decorate the card together. So it'll be a longer live next week. Okay. Let me just get rid of all this. Sorry. So last week I showed you this card very briefly. So I had to make my own envelope for it. I also decorated the front. Now, this is not a Stampin' Up! One. We don't have too many wedding stamps and dies. but the inside is a Stampin' Up, all Stampin' Up dies and stamp sets. So that opens up like that. Okay, so that's one card. All right. And I did this during a live maybe 4 weeks ago, so you can check that out. The other one is a while back. And I did this card, the similar card from a few lives ago, and that's a pop-out cake. Again, this was an old Stampin' Up set. What was it called? I have it here somewhere. If you have that, you can probably, yeah, it's this one. The frame florets dies. Okay, so I use that and a combination there. So that's card number 2. So one of my kids will have that. You've all seen this one, but now I made a little box for it because this is very dimensional. So this is the money, wedding money holder. Okay, so I made a little box to go with this. This one did my head in. Not very good when it comes to trying to work out how the cover is going to fit on, but yeah, so that's that one. And the last one, which is the pop-out that I just did. So the bride and groom's cake is ivory with white and green. So I just cut little rectangles, embossed. So 1, 2, 3, 4 layers. This is an old Stampin' Up die. It was a celebration. The stand is from that. And then I just stuck the layers up. The flowers are from the recent, what's it called? It's the Bird House, I think. I'm trying to think what set that is. I'll put it's got little flowers. Sorry, I can't get the die out. But I made the flowers from that. The leaves are from the Around the Bend, the little leaves. And this is the card inside. Now, this is not a Stampin' Up die. As I said, I needed something. So this is, I think, Crafter's Companion. I bought it many years ago. And I cut 2 little circles. It's a Stampin' Up die. And I just put it together, the wedding rings, and then put my gold heat emboss the sentiment. And that's the other one there. So what do you think? I really like how this card turned out. So this is what we're going to decorate next week. All right. So come prepared and we'll craft together. Now, let me know what you think about the cards. I hope to see you next week so we can, do these cards together. As I said, it doesn't have to be a wedding card. We can do a birthday card, an anniversary card. So, hopefully we can craft together. Let's see, any messages here? I said it was going to be half an hour, so. Oh, thanks, Marilyn. Thank you so much. Yes, I've been busy crafting. Hopefully you saw this, the start of the live. As I said, we can all sit and craft together. So next week will be a bit longer. So if you've purchased this classic wedding, I'll show you how I made the car. If you don't have it, I'll give you alternatives. All right. Anyone else watching? Sue's not here today by the looks of it, because she would have definitely hopped on and said good morning. Well, that's it from me. As I said, I've got a busy day, a busy weekend. Enjoy your weekend. And I'll catch up with all of you next week, same time, same place. And we hope to craft together. Have a good morning, everyone, a good day, and a good weekend. Bye for now. Take care.